These allegations are very serious.
Thank you.
Have a word with Nick now. Nick is a lawyer. Thank you for joining us, Nick. How long is it going to take the CPS to make a decision on this news now they've received this file? And I watched on the news last night that it could be another 6 months.
Anything from a few days to a few weeks, maximum 6 months. The CPS will have been liaising with the police throughout the investigation, so they will already be fairly familiar with the contents of the evidence that they're going to now carefully consider. So it shouldn't take that long. I mean, we don't know very much about it in terms of the amount of evidence they've got to consider. But bearing in mind, they will have been guiding throughout. They should already be very savvy in terms of what they're going to look at. In my view, particularly bearing in mind this started in August 2014, the pressure is on them to expedite this investigation, and they need to do that for their own reputation and also for the sake of justice. There's a man who is being tried by the media on public display, and you know, we had a letter leaked, a letter published by the Select Committee indicating what the Chief Constable had said in February of last year. So there's a very public and unnecessary display here.
I know, this is what I was going to ask you. I mean, if he is charged with this, can he ever get a fair trial?
Well, that's something that the answer is yes, he will get a fair trial. Judges and juries are very adept and skilled. A judge will direct a jury to concentrate on the evidence, exclusively on the evidence, and they do that, and they do it very effectively and efficiently.
Well, I mean, Sue was saying here that that he should never have been named in the first place. Many people on the other side of that argument say that there is a case to be made that by naming an offender, certainly someone who is a high-profile offender, encourages other potential victims to come forward.
Well, the starting point, in my view, is that there should be a level playing field. He should be entitled to anonymity, as his accuser is. There should always be vested in a judge a power to waive anonymity in appropriate circumstances if the prosecution feel they're dealing with a serial offender. I don't think there's any suggestion that that is the case here. So why should someone's reputation be traduced in the way that it has in circumstances such as these? How does that serve the interests of justice? In my view, if Sir Cliff was convicted, if he was charged and convicted, then of course the public have a right to know, and he would deserve everything that follows from that. But prior to that, bearing in mind he's surrendered himself voluntarily on 2 occasions, he's not yet been charged, and it seems to be a totally unfair situation.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. We should point out at this stage that Sir Cliff Richard has strenuously denied on numerous occasions any wrongdoing. Thank you very much.